Week 1 of the LOTD is here, only the craziest draft league format around. For a quick recap, the luck of the draw draft league format is where the picks you make go to someone else's team, so what you draft is not what you get and in fact completely random. Of course there's still tiers to make the team somewhat balanced, but you know, as we can see in our first matchup, not every team is created equal. So, for a week 1 matchup, we've got a very interesting team to face here. I would say that the matchup is in my favour, because our opponent has a bit of an unfortunate draft with, you know, a lot of fighting types, which are good offensively, but it just makes the team very susceptible, to flying and fairy moves. So I think for fairy, Aegislash will play a big role into the team, because conceptually it does really help out their team a lot, but it will be having to carry a lot of weight on their team. Of course Mega Banette, even the Terra Captains in Ice Cube and Emolga can be threats, but you know, those offensive threats in like Urshifu Single Strike, offensive Aegislash, even Conch Elder, I feel like we probably have good answers to Lilligant and Decidueye, which I feel like they'll never bring Decidueye, because it's just kind of a worse Lilligant in this matchup. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, we're here with week 1, let's get it to our side. And this here is a team that we are bringing. So, this is the team that we'll be rocking out with for our week 1. So here we have AV Zeraora. Even though they do have a lot of physical threats, if they're like Specs, Keldeo, or offensive Aegislash, that I've said before, it can do a lot of damage. In this match I'll go physical, it does a lot of damage. Volt Switch to switch around, Plasma Fist just hits their team hard with knockoff, and notably the Play Rough, which they don't have many switch-ins to. Next up we have probably the mon that I'm most excited for on this team. We have Choice Scarf Grimmsnarl with Crunch and Play Rough. Crunch to hit that Aegislash and Play Rough, well, that should definitely catch them off guard. It is a phenomenal offensive threat into their team. This mon with Prankster is usually run as a supportive mon, so with Trick and Parting Shot we still do have those elements, but I'm hoping it can be put in a lot of work as an offensive piece this week. So next up, the matchup was just there, we had to bring it. Mega Medicham is right here with Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, Trailblaze to get that speed, and Fire Punch. Honestly, I feel like once we get a single Trailblaze off, as long as we don't die to a Sucker Punch from maybe Banded Urshifu, we could very easily run away with the game. And with Pure Power, they simply just do not have many switches into this. Also surprising it doesn't get knockoff, but what are you gonna do about that? Of course, next up we have pretty standard Scarf Dracovish, probably gonna be spamming that Vicious Ren, but still with Crunch, Psychic Fangs and Super Fang for coverage into the rest of the team. Very simple mon, we can afford to run Adamant in this matchup, so we'll just be doing a lot of damage. And yeah, we have Scolipede here, running a pretty defensive set with Spikes, Toxic, Protect and Earthquake. With Toxic and Protect we can really store them out and get more leftovers recovery as well as a speed boost. Honestly, I feel like it's just going to be a really great lead into them, and Earthquake is just to hit that Aegislash, since the one disadvantage of it is that it doesn't have much healing. And finally, we have Choice Specs Zeva Striker with Terra Fairy, Terra Blast, Volt Switch, Overheat and Thunderbolt. With Terra Fairy, Terra Blast, as I've discussed before, they simply do not have switch-ins to this. I can very easily nuke their team. And of course, Volt Switch to pivot around, Thunderbolt to do a lot of good stab damage, and 2 overheats from a choice spec Zeraora of done the calc will 2-hit KO Aegislash guaranteed, even if it is defensive. So with this, I'll do some commentary on this, and let's get into the battle. Turn the sound. So they lead with their Lilligant, as I lead with Scolipede. A very good lead for me, as I'll just opt to go for those spikes turn 1. And yeah, as they go for Victory Dance. Now, they plan to go for game turn 1, which I understand my team is just very offensively pressuring yours. So if you want to win, you want to win quick and win fast. As we see, I do get the speed boost, and I go for Toxic, hopefully able just to stop this progress. I'm not sure what sort of coverage it gets for me, since I do quad resist, grass and fighting moves, but I'm sure that's something, maybe not. As they go for the sleep powder. So this might be the worst set imaginable. Just trying to absolutely destroy my team turn 1. Sleep powder, Victory Dance. Just a disgusting set, as we see they go for another Victory Dance here, and this could be very scary. Of course, I'm not sure if we wake up here. No, I still go for sleep. They go for the poison jab, and they miss, which means that they are hustle. And hustle means that all their moves are 50% boosted in damage again, so even further damage, but 20% less accurate. So it's really a risk reward ability. And we see poison jab, so which means they probably don't have much coverage for this. So here I think we wake up, go for a protect, get more poison damage, doing a very good job into it, as we just see another poison jab. So confirming the fact that this is our best move into them. So here, I'm pretty sure we just go for another layer of spikes, as they go for poison jab. 41% on the resisted hit, still insane damage. But here, we are just able to go for the protect. Even if they switch, they will die to hazard, so this is a risk-free move. Yeah, as they do reveal Leaf Blade as their final move, meaning they really had nothing to hit this, and they just go down. So now they go Emolga. I go for Toxic. I don't think this can one-shot me. Also, one more thing, that Emolga does reveal to be Terra Ghost in the Terra preview. And yeah, we just get a Toxic off, as they go for Nuzzle, paralyzing us. With +4 speed, it doesn't really matter too much, but at this point, Scolipede can't really do too much to it. It's kind of done its job, as we just go straight into Zebra Striker with the lightning rod if they want to go for any electric attacks. But they do reveal to have Tailwind, which is a very cool tech, which means that their Keldeo and their Urshifu, maybe even Aegislash or Conkeldurr if they're fast enough, though I doubt it, can be a pretty scary threat. Even the Emolga itself. So they do go Aegislash here, which is interesting, even though I guess because it's so offensively threatening, you don't want to go Urshifu, you don't want to go Keldeo, so this is just the best switch, as I do go for that Terra Fairy, Terra Blast into them, not doing much damage at all, and force the switch. So I go Zeraora here, they go for the Toxic, revealing to be Leftovers and a very defensive set. They go for King Shield, as I go for Knockoff. In hindsight, it should have predicted that. But now their Tailwind is gone, so it's not the end of the world. We get a Volt Quick Hold, really does not much damage at all. Why is it so loud? This doesn't really matter. You know what, I'll turn it off. And then, as they go for a Steel Beam and one-shot my Scolipede, taking 50% recoil, which is interesting. Of course I lost a mod, but I actually think this is beneficial for me. Because of this means that their best defensive checks to like the likes of Medicham, Grimmsnarl, and even Zebra Striker is now just gone. So I go Dracovish. They do just go for the King Shield right here, but it doesn't matter, we KO them even at -1. As we see right here. Yep, they just die. As they go back into the Emolga, we go Zero Aura, likely on a Nuzzle, and that is exactly what they go for. And now we are in a pretty good position. They go Terra Ghost as I go for Knockoff, which honestly, because they have Motor Drive, it's just my highest damaging move into them. I was like, I could catch something good on the switch as well, knock off that item, as they just drop to that immediately. So they go Urshifu, maybe trying to pick me off with a Sucker Punch. They might be able to, but I don't want to risk them getting a Sword Stance or Trailblaze up here. So I go for the offensive. They go to the Sucker Punch, don't kill. So we go for Play Rough, just one-shot them as we go down to the toxic damage. So even though I could have saved some diff maybe, it's still pretty good for me as one of their one of their many threats has gone down, and yeah, with Sucker Punch it can no longer priority attack me. So they go Grimmsnarl. I'm not sure if Play Rough actually kills here because I am jolly due to having to speed the Keldeo. So I go for the safe play, I just go for the parting shot. As cool as it would be to show the Choice Scarf, it's just not a possibility here, I don't want to risk it. And they're not burned here, so Zebra Strike will eat a Close Combat or a Facade at -1, as we do here. And then here, we just go for Terror Blast, get them out of here. As they go Keldeo, I think they might be Scarf, but I'm pretty sure with Grimmsnarl shots and all of that stuff, we'll just be able to deal with it. But they reveal not to be, so we get a very nice 4-0, very clean, pretty nice, dominating win over here. As I do mention that Scarf Grimmsnarl in the chat. And yeah, that's gonna be our week 1. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. And then yeah, I'll see you next week, probably next Wednesday. I'm assuming that's when I'll upload, and bye.